and welcome to the Wow Embossing channel. Today I'm going to be showing you how to make some really cute glitter embellishments using this gorgeous red Glitz embossing glitter from Wow and some dies from Spellbinders. So I've got these dies here. These are from the Christmas Wonder etch dies. I'll pop those on screen now, because you can see there's a huge amount of dies. I'm just using a small selection of them. And really you could do this technique with most of the dies in this collection, or any other layering dies that you've got on hand. So I've cut each of these out 3 times, but I've made 2 of the baubles up already. So you can see these are what we're going to make. And you can see the difference between the plain cardstock that we're going to glitter and then the glitter afterwards. Hope that shows up nicely on camera. So I've cut the bow pieces and the bauble out in red cardstock, and this piece that overlays the bauble and the bauble hanger out of gold foil cardstock. And then I'm going to grab my sticky ink pad and I'm going to press the die cuts in there. I'm going to do this one, and I'm just going to do this middle piece of the bow. So then I can put them on the scrap paper, and I'm going to pour over this red Glitz embossing powder, which is so beautiful. And then I'll knock off the excess. And then I'm going to use my heat tool just to heat emboss them. Then you can see how beautifully glittery that is. So then I'm going to use some sticky dots to add this over the top. If you don't have sticky dots, then you could always put some double-sided adhesive sheet on the back of your cardstock before you die cut it. But I hardly ever remember to do that, so I like using the sticky dots. And then I'm going to lay that over there. And obviously, because they fit so perfectly, then the patterns in the bauble just fit nicely between those gold pieces. And then I can layer up the bow. So all I need to do for this is add a bit of glue to the back of here. And then I'm just going to add a bit of glue onto there. And you can see that even though these all started out cut out of the same cardstock, where we've glittered parts of it and not other parts, then you get like a two-tone effect. So then I can add my bow onto the hanger. And then I can add that onto my bauble. And then we've got this really cute glitter embellishment. So then for my sentiment, I'm going to use this Alex Siberia Designs Christmas Sentiment stamp set. I'm going to use this We Wish You a Merry Christmas here. So I'm going to use this scrap piece of red cardstock, and I'm just going to heat emboss this in gold onto that. I like to use a super fine embossing powder when I'm embossing sentiments, so I'm going to use this polished gold super fine Wow embossing powder. And I always do it over a piece of scrap paper just to collect all the extra so that you don't waste it. And that can just go straight back into the pot. And then I'm going to use the coordinating Christmas Sentiments die set to cut that out. So then I've got an A6 card blank, so that's 4 1/8 inches by 5 7/8 inches. Then this piece of gold cardstock is 1/4 inch smaller than my card front. And then this piece is 1/8 inch smaller than the gold cardstock. And this I cut out with this stitching die from Spellbinders. And I've used this in different videos with the stitching actually on it, but here I'm just going to use it as a background. And you can see that they've used the same pattern in the middle of these baubles as they have on here, so it goes really nicely. So I decided to use this with it. So let's glue those together. So then I'm going to pop my embellishments up on some foam pads. And I'm also going to put foam strip behind my sentiment. I'm just adding a little trio to my card. And then I'm just going to add the sentiment underneath. And so then how cute's that? There's our finished card. You can see the gold just sparkling through that background a little bit as well, which adds like a little bit of interest. And you can see how beautifully shiny the embossing powder has made those baubles as well. So I really hope that you've enjoyed today's card. If you did, I'd really appreciate you clicking like below. You can also press subscribe if you'd like to see future videos. If you press the bell button and select all, then YouTube will also notify you when there's a new video available. All of the products that I've used for today's card are listed in the description below, and there's also a link there to the blog where you can find a picture supply list if that helps you find what you're looking for. Thank you so much for joining me today. I hope to see you again soon.